Turn on the radio, switch on the TV, open a newspaper, emojis are everywhere in the headlines. But what's the shocking truth behind them?
Emojis, they've been in our life for some time now, but they've been dominating the news the world over. Firstly, from their shocking inclusion in the Netflix hit drama Adolescence, and then even more bizarrely, from Trump's national security breach. So today we're going to talk about those emojis and why they're shocking the world over.
Since its release a couple of weeks ago, Netflix's Adolescence has been watched by 66.3 million people the world over. And in a nutshell, it's about a young boy that gets accused of murdering a classmate, and it involves emojis.
Which highlights the importance of Gen Xers and even Millennials not understanding how Gen A's are using emojis, why they're using them, and how they're using them to bully people.
The emojis used in Adolescence come from the collective known as Manosphere. The Manosphere is a collection of online forums, websites and blogs, and it promotes masculinity, misogyny, and is the opposition to feminism.
So the first important one the Millennials and certainly Gen A's are using is the red pill, and it's a hark back to the Matrix, but it actually means you've taken the red pill, you see the truth, and you believe the science behind the Manosphere.
The dynamite emoji is also used and refers to an exploding red pill, which means incel. An incel is involuntary celibate.
If someone believes they're an incel and that they're involuntary celibates, it means being brainwashed by the Manosphere to believe the 80-20 rule, which is shown here by the 100 emoji. Now, the 80-20 rule means that 80% of women only fancy 20% of men, and that's what the likes of the Manosphere are trying to tell young boys and groom them.
The heart emojis are also used, and this section actually blew my mind because I didn't realise just the exact meanings. Red means love,
whereas a purple heart emoji means you're feeling horny.
And the yellow heart emoji means I'm interested, are you interested? I need to apologise, Yasmin, from Yasmin's hiking mission. I always give you a yellow heart because your favourite colour is yellow and you wear a lovely yellow hat.
And a pink heart means I'm interested, but I'm not interested in you for sex.
And if you're a part of the collective that is known as the Manosphere and you use the kidney bean emoji, that means you're admitting to being incel.
So those emojis are quite shocking and send a shiver down your spine if you're a parent of a Gen A child, because if you see these kind of emojis on their media, on their socials, then it's time to be concerned, sit them down and have a long conversation with them. Anyway, if you haven't seen Adolescence, if you're one of the few people around the world that haven't seen it yet, I implore you to get Netflix. Netflix costs as little as $7.99 in the USA a month, you can cancel any time, or £4.99 here in the UK. Get Netflix, watch Adolescence, you won't see anything better this year.
So, Adolescence has made the news world over, but how about the more recent ridiculous news article that has come directly from the White House?
I've previously been a fan of Trump's decisive political agenda, but these hand-picked classroom morons that he's picked, I can't get behind that at all. In a chat messaging app which included all the hand-picked important people, including Vance, Ratcliffe, Rubio, Waltz and Miller, they talked about bombing Yemen, and they used emojis like the flex emoji about bombing Yemen, they used the fist bump emoji, burning flames, the American flag, and this is also had on this messaging app a journalist. Unbelievable. And with those two important news stories out of the way, it's time for
Gate of the Week. It's a bit of a tricky one, that one.
Tricky Gate of the Week.
So tiny. An interesting fact, did you know that the very first emoji was used in 1967 in the Reader's Digest, where they used a tongue-in-cheek emoji?
And then from 1982, the smiley face emoji started to become widely used.
Then, in 1999, the Japanese designer, whose name I cannot pronounce, designed and invented the 176 set of emojis that we use today.
Fast forward to 2010, Generation A, Gen A, began, and their perception of how emojis are used is different than any generation that preceded them.
Skull emoji, which was added to the set in 2015, I would use around Halloween, but the Gen A's use it as a symbol of laughter.
So the clown emoji, we might think it's just a clown, but no. Apparently Gen A's use the clown emoji if somebody says something really foolish.
So the smiley face emoji with the what looks like a little sweat droplet on the forehead, I would use as if I've told a joke or said something funny but done something wrong, whereas the Gen A's use it for they're stressed but they're fine.
The next one's pretty shocking because I use this one quite a lot of the time, and you think, thumbs up, good job. It doesn't mean that to Gen A's. It means it's passive aggressive, that you've botched something and you get a thumb up like you really made a mess of that.
The next one is the hands together. I'm not sure we're going to get any filming done on this section.
No.
And the hands together emoji I would use as a prayer, and some people would use it as a high five, but the Gen A's use it as a thank you, or they're hoping for something.
The next one is the fire emoji. Is something burning? Well, not quite literally. What this emoji means spans across all generations. It means lit, something's hot, something's sexy. What are you thinking, Joe? Hello there. No need to run.
No need to run, we're not going to hurt you. Just passing through. Thank you very much.
They were pretty friendly, but I'm glad I didn't have a small dog with us. They'd have gone mental.
Babies are still acting curious.
What a beautiful day. Gets the... Oh no, doesn't get a thumbs up emoji.
What a fabulously gorgeous day.
Was that the shrug emoji?
Picnic had. Time to crack on with these emojis. Come on. The eyes emoji I would use as like giving someone a side glance or if something's a bit creepy or strange, but the Gen A's use it as if to say, I'm listening, tell me more. How strange. Oof. Tough. Cleveland way.
So the upside down face emoji to us Gen Xers and maybe Millennials usually means sarcasm. But to the Gen A's, it means something completely different. It means they're having a very terrible day. FML. F'd my life.
Lake Gormire.
Wow. Beautiful.
The hourglass emoji I would probably use for time is ticking, whereas the Gen A use it for someone is attractive, like the hourglass figure. I see for miles today, Nicholas.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
And similarly, the pregnant woman emoji has taken on a completely different meaning. If someone gives you a pregnant woman emoji, it means that the subject matter was so interesting, it made them pregnant. England's Manosphere, there's actually a queue of people waiting to look at it. Is it?
The slightly smiley face, which I would use as like joy or happiness, is now used like a fake smile or in a situation where they're uncomfortable.
So the shocked emoji, you won't catch Gen A's using the shocked emoji. Instead, they go to the trouble of using this emoji, 2 eyes and a mouth, representing wide open eyes and a shocked mouth.
The next one is the kissy face emoji, where I'd give a kissy face emoji to somebody at the end, like if I was texting Nicholas or something like that. Not the Gen A's, they use it for something like in response. So sounds good to me, that kind of thing. Bonkers.
So the heart emoji, the red one in particular. Now we covered hearts earlier on, but the heart, the red heart for Gen A's doesn't mean I love you. In fact, usually the red heart is paired with the word no, and it means sorry, no. So that's the end of our news coverage of emojis in the news and how shocking some of them can be and how much of a worry it is. If you have a Gen A in your life, maybe a son or a daughter or a grandchild, then you do really need to know about those early emojis that we talked about and maybe understand how they're using them to help you understand what they're at threat or exposed to.
We'd love to hear in the comments below your experiences, maybe using emojis, what you think to emojis, and also if you've watched Adolescence, let us know what you thought about that, and anything emoji related, let us know in the comments below. Also, give us hit that thumbs up. Don't think it's passive aggressive, it's not. And if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything, and you'll be notified of other topics we're going to cover along the similar lines later on.
Thanks for watching.